Hey, what an interesting morning I've had so far. I woke up in an undescribable way. See, I'm even struggling for the words as to how I can explain the experience I just had. As you can see, I already put my shirt on. I took a cold shower, brushed my teeth, did my morning routine because I just had to take the time to process what just happened to me. And it's nothing bad. Don't worry about that. It's very interesting and honestly almost a little bit enjoyable because it's just such a new and puzzling experience. So what did you do, Chris? What happened to you? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that. It's taken me a minute just to try to build up to it. Man, it's just so hard to describe. I woke up from the strangest dream. And dreams are just really tough to describe. It's like we don't remember them. At least I don't remember them usually. I kind of remember the feelings, not the details, not the actions I took or the events that happened to me. Because dreams don't really involve events. They don't really involve the same kind of like logical action reaction stuff we're all used to in real life. We can't really label the stuff that happens to us in our dreams. But we certainly remember the feelings. I certainly remember the feelings. And I mean, like sometimes in my dreams, it's not even like, it's just indescribable. It's indescribable. I remember having a dream one time and I'm almost convinced it was entirely through the sense of smell. I couldn't see, I couldn't feel. It was just this, at least to me, it felt like a whole story told through the sense of smell. It's the strangest thing. Like, how do you even describe something like that? We don't really have language to communicate sense of smell in the same way we do our sense of vision or our sense of hearing. Our hearing literally works off of language most of the time. At least that's how we communicate it to others. Same with our vision. I'm able to point out, that's red. How do you describe red to someone without sight? How do you describe a smell? It's just, we lack the tools of communication for these things, but I certainly felt it. And I'm not saying this dream was done in smell. This dream was even wilder. It's like, geez, it's so hard to explain, and I'm really struggling through this. I'm even struggling to explain it to my conscious mind because it was such an out-of-body experience. That's what it was. It was an out-of-body experience. It felt like my consciousness went and lived a different life somewhere else in some other form, in some other body. And then when I woke up, I remember just feeling like, oh, what's happening here? As if my consciousness got put back into this body, into this form, and it was getting used to it again. Like everything felt new. I was like, what? I could see? What is this feeling? What is this sense I'm feeling? Oh, that's cool. And I could feel like my breathing on my arm hairs, the tingling sensation. It's something you don't normally feel, but my arm was kind of near my head, and I was like, what's this feeling? What? I have this thing attached to me. Oh, it's my arm. And I had to remind myself and remember what being in this body was like, what it felt like to start to feel physical sensations, start to see. I had to remember, what? Oh, that's right, I'm breathing. Oh, I'm blinking. Weird. And I started moving my mouth and I made noises and I was like, oh, cool. So it almost felt like being born again, where Everything was new. Such a weird feeling, and I've never had a dream like this before. I've had plenty of weird dreams. I mean, I just told you about the one where it was like a story told through smell. What the hell is that? And I kind of enjoy it. It's like, I enjoy going to sleep because I get to dream these crazy dreams every once in a while, and they only come around once a year, twice a year maybe, at most. Yeah, so it's just cool. And here's another thing. It's not like I went to sleep, drunk or on drugs. I was perfectly sober when I went to bed. And I had the craziest trip of my life, I guess. Yeah, just wild. Like, what in the world are dreams? What happens when we go to bed and we dream? Is it our brain just firing neurons, and we get to experience reality in a different sense? Because I mean, we're still in reality, aren't we, when we're sleeping? Our body's still supposedly there, lying in the bed. Our mind is still supposedly firing the same neurons it fires to keep us breathing, to keep our heart beating, to keep our digestive tract moving. So what's going on with our consciousness? Does our consciousness literally leave our body and go somewhere else? Is that what I felt? And then when I came back, I had been gone for so long, because who knows how time works in this other realm, because it felt like I had been gone for so long, almost like a lifetime, or part of a lifetime. It almost felt like I lived another life for, who knows, can't even describe the time, but it felt like a long time. Such a long time that I forgot who I really was when I came back to myself and I woke up. It's just odd, but interesting and exciting in a way too. Yeah, anyways. Oh, I'm just looking out my window and a squirrel is chewing on some of my plants in the garden. So I guess I'll get to that. Back to reality, back to real life. Yeah, me, I guess. So see you all next time.